and you have doctors who can't go outside the plan. So you can't get particular treatments unless it's approved by the provincial ministry. So that's why Canadians come down here to get your excellent health care.
Absolutely.
Now, the Canadian system is pretty good if you meet 3 conditions. You live in a city. You have a common illness or a problem, and you're prepared to wait. I'll give you an example. My wife had a gallbladder attack 8 or 9 years ago when we were still living in Aylmer, Quebec, close to Ottawa, the capital. Had this attack in the middle of the night. It was so intense that she fell and hit her, I don't know if she hit her head, but she fainted in the living room in the middle of the night. So the ambulance came, took her off to the hospital, and the doctor said, they diagnosed it and said, yep, you've got a gallbladder, it's got to come out, and we'll get you in there in 4 months. Unless there's a cancellation. So fortunately there was a cancellation. 3 weeks later, she had her gallbladder out. However, I was at the Tea Party planning meeting on Thursday night, and I was asking, does anybody know anybody who's had a gallbladder out? And one of the ladies said, yes. And I said, how long was it from diagnosis to operation? She said, 6 hours. 6 hours. Okay. The Wait Time Alliance, in Ontario, it might be Canada, but I think it's Ontario, said that currently patients in Ontario with serious health concerns take an average of 13.5 hours to be diagnosed, treated, and moved to a hospital bed or released. So you come in at 9 o'clock, and by 10:30, you've been released from the hospital, 10:30 at night. In Toronto, emergency room waits for minor conditions range from 5 to 6 hours, and for serious conditions from 11 to 22 hours. Now imagine all of you have an digestive tract problem.
I bet that's a TV anchor.
And you need to be treated. Well, guess what? 50% of you will
Channel
have to
11?
wait 4 months.
Does that look like yellow to you?
In Ontario.
Channel 11 WPXI.
Last year, a man by the name of Brian Sinclair, 45 years old, double amputee, was in a hospital in emergency in Winnipeg. He waited 34 hours to be seen. 34 hours, he died in that emergency. Now, I was supposed to be brief, so I just wanted to mention, I think what's going to happen, we're going to have a perfect storm with all of us getting older, with these unfunded liabilities in Social Security and Medicare and so on, $80 trillion, whatever it is. The pressure is going to be on, if there's a federal plan, to cut treatments for seniors. We're going to see people being told, sorry, but we can't, our studies show that this isn't helpful for you. You're probably going to die in a couple of years anyway. But who cares about their health more than the patient? Bureaucrats don't. So, and the same thing with children born with handicaps. There's just not going to be money to help you out. A Toronto doctor says about emergency room waits, not the wait times, that's up in Ontario, it's definitely the canary in the coal mine. So lots of problems elsewhere in the health system are reflected in the ER. Well, I think Canada is a bit of a canary in the coal mine for the US. I think we just got to sense what that canary's smelling and stay clear of it.
Thank you, Chris. That's the bottom line. National health care means rationing. No matter how they slice it, it means rationing. Our next speaker is Professor Constance Craven.